Hello, today I want to talk about animal communication and especially about myself. What was my way to animal communication, how I practice it, and what is my experience. Okay, so I started when I was very young, a teenager, I started like a technical training, so I'm like a very logical person. And after that, I was traveling to USA, I was there working as a mechanic. And I also studied engineering, which I still am. I'm an engineer and that's like my normal work. So animal communication is a big hobby of myself. And when I was 18, I studied I was getting like into meditation. I was reading books, I was looking like YouTube channels, and I was even like traveling to Thailand and was doing like a 2 weeks meditation retreat, which was like really mind-blowing for me. So I'm as it is normally, if you are like specialist, or for me I'm like very logical person, but you also sometimes look for exactly the opposite to the other side. So the same happened to me. So I was looking when I got Neo, this dog, I was looking to find ways to like connect to him much better. So I started like an animal communication course 4 years ago, which was really unexpected. I thought it's more about like reading like body signs, body language, but I didn't know it was actually like only telepathical. But I learned it very fast, and within some weeks I got like really mind-blowing how can I say this, like solutions. Exactly, I also do like daily meditation practices or routines or energy work kind of things to keep my mind empty, to be able to get into this telepathic state really quickly. Okay, I also give readings kind of every week, or sometimes 2 times, 3 times a week. It really depends. And I want to talk about now why people come to me, or what are typical reasons that people want to have an animal communication done for them. Okay, so one big point is like the characterization of the animal. Like usually when I do an animal communication with an animal, I meet the animal and I ask about the character. Usually I get like pictures, or I even see how it acts. So this is very important, I think, because this, on the one side, it shows like directly to the clients or the people that ask for the animal communication, okay, this is really my dog, because he can tell me exactly how my dog is, how he acts with other animals, how he acts with me, what is his character basically. So for me, this is always like a basic step. And I also add many things often that people didn't know about their type of animal. And I also want to, when I do this with dogs, I put them like into categories. I have 5 kinds of dogs. The one is like the typical guard dog, for example, that that's like barking at the delivery or the postman. And there are also others, like the one that is like constantly like discovering, looking for new things. So I put them like in a box, and I deeply ask them, what do you want to do, how do you want to improve this, and things like that. Another thing is like the topic of dead animals, which can be really, really sad, but many people have gone through this already. And how healing is this if they know or can contact their deaf animal or deceased animal. So it's really important and healing for some people. So I also do this, send messages to them or get messages to them back, to the people. It's also often interesting why the animal died. So basically when a cat is overrun by a car, for example, and the people didn't know, like the cat was just gone, they've never seen the cat. So it's interesting to know like where is the cat. Or it's also like when the animal is like missing, then people do an animal communication and they can tell like, okay, the dog or the cat is maybe we've found another family, or maybe it's deaf. Could be, there are like a lot of things that could actually be. It could be still in the streets. But it's finding missing animals is always like a tough topic for an animal communication person, right? And another thing is like if they have pain or sicknesses, it's always interesting to know how do they experience like a sickness, how much pain do they have, where do they have the pain, and how can you help them to get over the pain or make it at least feel more light, you know. Another thing is like wishes. What does the animal wish? Maybe they want to change of food, they want to change of like surrounding, could be many things that could be important. And there's also another topic which I don't know, I would call like other things. For example, if you move to another place and you have a horse, it's sometimes not easy, and you can ask the horse if it's open to like move their place. Sometimes they say like, I don't want this. Other times they are like, yeah, I don't really have much friends here, so let's go find something new. And so all these things could be reasons why people want to do an animal communication, okay? And let's close this topic. Another topic is, I would say, I only give a second opinion, okay? It's not fix what I say. It's just like if you have a sickness mentally, maybe you go to a psychiatrist, a psychologist, and they help you. They tell you like, maybe you could try this. I have had other people with the same sickness and they were successful treating this by changing this habit, for example. So it's basically just a consultation between you and your animal. It helps to understand your animal better and gives you a second view, which can be very important and healing. And some people don't have a really deep understanding what character the animal has, what they want, what their wishes are. I've met people that know exactly what the animal wants only when the animal is looking at them. But it can also be like people that they don't have a clue what happens in the mind or in the brain of the animal. Exactly. So when I perform an animal communication, what I need is a picture of the animal as well as the name. Basically that's it. Then I do like a preparation, I do a medical meditation or routine, I would say. And then I ask the animal for if it's willing to talk. Because some people, it's like going to people and ask them, hey, would you like have a 5 minutes talk or 10 minutes talk? Most of them always say yes, of course, but I also experienced some animals that were like, okay, no, right now not, I'm quite busy, so I want to respect this. Besides that, I was doing a 1 year shamanic training, so this is also a thing I could add. It's like I could do some energetic work for the animal, and I can also look at the soul from like a different or in a deeper view, which means like, why is this soul, or what is the task that the animal is doing here, why is it on this planet. Also like the topic of reincarnation, what happened before. Maybe this animal already knows your soul and came here for a certain reason. And also, why exactly is the animal connected with you now? Maybe it was coincidence, but maybe not. Maybe it has a certain task, a certain thing that it wants to show you, okay? So basically this is like all about me, all about how I, or what my point of view is on animal communication. And you can always ask me questions or let me know in the comments what you think. You can also book sessions from me on Fiverr. It's like a freelancing platform if you like to know more about it, or contact me there.